Hey there. So today we have another Darwin's Rants, and yeah, I've been giving you guys one recently, and again, it's hard. Like, what is there to say? Uh, Again, like with my new corporate job, there's really not much to say because all I can talk about is work, and I can't really talk about work. So like, it's like, what is there to rant about? I've been working a lot, and so yeah, I'll give you guys a little bit of yeah. How about this? I'll give you a little bit about like the current situation, and then give you guys a nice rant about like some rough times I've had. So, well, thankfully this month is pretty much the end of it. It's my first like really no. I had a couple good months here and there this year, especially like with Orlando picking up, and obviously you guys know that whole story where like everybody got fired, blah blah blah. But this is the best month I've had for a year and a half. So like, and not anything absolutely crazy. Just like it's December's. It should be a busy month, and I'm back to like, at least specifically this month, back to like really like towards like my general really like happy income that I've been generating as After Brewing, where I can like actually like save money and like not worry too much of expenses, and had to burn like $6,000 on a credit card recently because like it burned out, or like the interest started hit, so I had to burn all in. I had to pull money away from investment stuff, so like really rough stuff. So drained my entire savings. So I'm back down to like basically back down to zero, but thankfully like the last few paychecks have like picked me up back up from zero. So like literally like drowning to like like got my like maybe a mouth above it, right? Like just still fighting. And then I have another credit card that hits in June that is zero interest, and then I have to pay that back. So I have to generate a lot of income next 6 months to pay that off. So not excited for it. So that's yeah. So yeah, despite being like back to a decent income coming in, it's still like trying to dig yourself out well, right? Like that's. And then rough story time is I had a couple unlucky ones. Yeah, I had a couple unlucky ones. Yeah. So like I started off hot. I was really excited. I got 2 great reviews on YouTube. Oh, sorry, on Google. A couple great reviews. Super happy about it. Like, oh yeah, people really appreciate your service. Blah blah. And then I had a couple unlucky ones where things just didn't quite work out the table and stuff. And the guests were unhappy, and that's all I can say. And the funny thing is, actually, I remember that morning for a more recent one. Then again, I've only been working like for a few weeks, for like a month or so, for like actually being on the floor for a month already, right? And one of the veteran servers is like, "Hey, listen, it's gonna be a busy season. It's a holiday season. People are going to be super rough. You're going to have rough tables. You're going to have people that are going to complain. Da, 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 da." And I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. I offer great service. Da, 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 I don't know what you're talking about. And literally that lunch, I get hit with a rough one. Again, can't go into details about what happened, but it was a rough one. And let me tell you, I was definitely busting my butt. Like I the service can only be as good as the complementary parts of the rest of this situation, including, how fast the kitchen is and how fast the bar. Like it's a culmination of everything, and I can only I'm not saying it to blame other people. I obviously could have done a better job. And let me tell you, it hit hard. I spent 3 days unable to sleep, just stressing, anxiety, depression. It was not fun. I literally could not go to sleep with that. Generally, like I tried, it's fun. It's fantasy football season. I go to sleep. I'm like, oh yeah, let me fix my lineup. Let's go to bed, nice and sleepy. And it did not go like that. I was just like stressing. And you're like, well, like, how do you deal with that, Darwin? Like, you think that like after like doing this job for so long, it would just be like, whatever. And that's part of the code of the genetics of this I call it the hospitality gene. Hospitality gene includes like being able to just like take hits, like people complaining, and just go like, all right, well, I'm really sorry. Like even it's not your fault. Like the food sucked. If the food, and I'm not talking about my current job. I'm just talking about in general, like my whole entire career. Well, this beer sucked. that cocktail was no good. The food was terrible. You didn't bring me this, right? Like things just suck sometimes, right? Like things are never going to be perfect. Your goal is ideally to be perfect, and just like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like what can I do for you? How can I fix it? Like that's just like part of the gene, right? And also being able to be, even if you're tired or whatever's happening in your life, just smile and just like boom. And that's a great thing about this industry. Again, like people literally come into a restaurant to have a good time, ideally, right? Like people are here to have a good time, and like when that doesn't occur, it sucks. And ideally, like slides off your back, and like you sort of can just like flow with it. But like this feels like a different kind of situation, especially as corporate. It is a whole beast of kind of restaurant that I've never worked at, which is, I mean, I've worked at a restaurant this big, but it's a different kind of animal, like actually being on the floor for it. And I spent 3 days just depressed and just anxious. And thankfully I've gotten rid of it because it's been a week and a half now. Yeah, it's been a week and a half now, and I've thankfully like sort of like been able to like calm down about it. But that kind of stress sucks. And I know, man. Yeah. Just got to deal with it. Like, I guess sometimes you're unlucky, and thankfully people have just been patient. Like it's gonna take time to get food sometimes, right? And I'm not happy about sometimes how long it takes to get food. I mean, it is, but I mean, I don't make the food. I don't make you wait to get the food, right? But it falls down on me, obviously, sometimes. And sometimes you're unlucky, and sometimes people are gonna be unhappy, and you just have to take that as a hit. And and it's not for me not working hard, because boy, oh boy, let me tell you, like, hey, you want some of these plates cleared off your table? Well, guess what? In that section I had, I'm running 150 feet, and that's 150 feet back, so 300 feet. So I can't. So I'm taking care of you doing that. But then I have other tables to take care of too. But my hands are full, so like, what am I? I can't like do too much for a table in the meantime, right? So then, and then like you want a soda refill? Well, guess what? That's 100 feet right there, and then 100 feet back, right? So, and that's just part of the job, like like it's a big restaurant, so like you're just gonna have to walk that far. But guess what? In that time, and I tell you, I walk fast, and things you have to sacrifice, because like, right, like. You can only move as fast as you can, and there's only so many things you can do at once. And when you're busy, and when you have a lot of tables, you have a lot of tables. So like, what are you gonna do about it? And I even honestly, the other day, like was walking fast, and I was like, I'm busy, and I started just flipping my hips. So like, if you guys want to see, like, you literally can Google like speed walkers. It's a thing with you. So I was like, not even just walking fast on my legs, and my calves are just great for it. But I started flipping my hips. I was like, bro, like if there's anybody in this restaurant that can walk faster than me, that is not close to running, then good luck, because I'm trying to do as much as I can, and that's the goal in life. It's just like and worth the work, right? Like just try as hard you can, and there's only so much you can do. And unfortunately, like sometimes you get unlucky with people being dissatisfied. And obviously, I could have done things better. And I don't even think about it. I've thought enough about it to sort of recreate and think about things I could have done better. And it has not crossed my mind once, but twice, but third times, fifth time, 10 times, 15. Oh boy. So. Stress is stress, and that's what happens when you work a high volume place that requires you to really just work hard, and I'm doing it, and I'll be trying my best, and especially we're in busy season right now. So this week is Sunday, I think it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, two. I think I'm working. No, wait, sorry, 1, 2, 4. I think I'm working 6 or 7 shifts this week. I think I'm working 6 only. I was up to 7 at some point. And I was like, guys, like, thankfully you can trade and move shifts around. I think my actual schedule was supposed to be, I'm gonna tell you right now, New Year's Eve open and close, New Year's Day open and close, day after that open for another, generally it's like 6-7 hour shifts. So that would be, I have this, like clocked in, whatever. I'm gonna include the time that actually takes me, like with the like to like I have to go to work tomorrow, and so thankfully I got rid of my tomorrow morning. I will have to go to work at some point super early for an afternoon shift because I just know, dude, the traffic is so rough. It is so busy. So doing the math of what I would actually have to work in those 3 days, or like just being like wake up, wake up, whatever, get out the door, get to work at home. I would have been out the door. I would guess. Literally almost 40 hours in 3 days. Literally almost 40 hours in 3 days, which is not a fun thing to do. I mean, and it's one thing, like, if you have to, like, write a paper or, like, do a lot of, like, hard, like we're talking about something that literally involves multitasking, being on your feet, physical, and I've done it, but, like, I've also a month in, so, like, I'm sure, like, some veteran people can, like, figure out the machinations and, like, be more comfortable with it, but I'm still, like, new to it. Again, I've literally been working for a month now. So, and I'm not saying I'm not competent to do the job. I actually am, but like, it just gets, obviously, like when you work a job, it just gets easier. Obviously in like a month, I'll say, oh, it got easier. After 3 months, it got easier. After 6 months, it got easier. But I'm very new. And so it's a lot. It's a lot of hard work. And thankfully, like, I'm not working 40 hours. Or, sorry, not working, but like out the door for 40 hours in 3 days. Because that's a lot. So cut that down a little bit. Just for my own sanity, and for my own sanity, and I'm trying to do a good job. So, like, for my sanity, I sort of don't want to be super exhausted for, on that. How am I gonna feel on that 32nd hour, on my fifth shift, open, close on that right? Like, how good of a job can I do, right? Like, I don't expect that much out of me, right? Like, I just know that I'm just gonna be worn down to the bone. So thankfully, I'm like, I'm gonna take it a little bit easy tomorrow, and then forget about it. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna leave so early for work. I don't even want to think about it on New Year's Eve. Like, today was New Year's Eve. It was busy. Like, just not even like my lunch. My lunch was pretty decent, but like, excuse me, just like leaving work in the afternoon for New Year's Eve. I was like, this is the amount of traffic there is, so I don't even want to think about what New Year's Eve looks like. I don't want to think about what New Year's days look like. It's just so busy. So that's a great thing, and this is why it's a good thing to be stressed about work, because it is a place that just doesn't stop. Busy can be very, very busy, and busy is good. So you guys want to rant? There you go. Cheers. Later.